it's Matty coming at you with another Planet Coaster Park Spotlight. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the video and welcome to Wild Winds Amusement Park, created by the one, the only, the Planco architect himself, Michael from M&J Games. Now, I am extremely excited to have a very special guest with me today. Now, there are some that say that recently he booked himself a weekend trip to Jurassic Park, but when he found out it wasn't real, he cried himself to sleep. I have Dan from Dan's Theme Park. How are you doing, Dan?
Hello, I'm not too bad.
I'm sorry you couldn't go to Jurassic Park, mate. I'm sorry you had to find out it wasn't real.
Unfortunate. I mean, they've got this exhibition with some of the animatronics in London soon, so I might go to there.
Oh, well, there you go then. That'll do. Right, so anyway, Dan is a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer, so I'll make sure to leave his links down below, and there will also be links up in the top corner right now, so make sure to go and click on them, go and give him a follow, a subscribe, help him out as well. Now, today's park, this is a PlayStation 5 park that uses 130%. So Dan, here we are, we're just coming through into the main entrance, and as with other pre-recorded videos that I've done with special guests, this video is pre-recorded. I do apologise, so there isn't going to be them raw reactions, but Dan hasn't seen this, so we can get some raw reactions from you. But what do you think of this so far, Dan, just as we come through the main entrance?
Straight away, what I'm liking is how you don't have to walk through the car park if you're arriving by foot.
You go straight through the centre.
Yeah.
And we've got like all these like shout outs to other parks of Eden Gardens, mine, Avery Forest, the Collab Park, Canyon Valley, Michael's first park, Isle Blanc, Jasmine's park, B Towers, one of Michael's other parks, Lumin Park, one of Jasmine's, Euphoria, one of Jasmine's, Cedar River, which was Unknown Games, Heartland Towers, which was Tommy CM, Adventure Resort, which is I can't remember, I'm sorry, and Hero Academy, which was TJ Puffs and Mavs Fan 4. So just some really nice shout outs to the community there as well. But I love this, Dan. Like, kind of just as we go through the park, you're going to see loads of custom fencing as well. Michael excels at doing everything custom.
Yeah, it reminds me of another person here on PC who, for mini park contest, just did everything custom walls, custom roofs, custom everything, and it looked amazing.
Really does add a extra dimension to a park as well when you see everything that has all been done yourself. But I love this walkway, and honestly, just look at that GIGA coaster that goes over the top as well. It's just an incredible, beautiful sightline. Talk about anticipation as you walk down to the park, and then just look at this.
It's such an awesome sightline. It reminds me, if Thought Park, they could definitely do something like this, because you have to walk over the bridge onto the island.
Can you imagine if they did? That'd be amazing. There you go. Well, Thought Park should do the world's first GIGA. Well, it wouldn't be world's first. The UK's first GIGA hypercoaster, shouldn't they? Because we haven't got one in the UK. I just love that. Just that entire trench is just so well done. It's just immaculate and it's an amazing sightline. It's just makes me so excited to get into the park as well. Just having that just as you come through. But we've got a viewing point here, so we can just stand and watch it go past as well. Again, another amazing sightline. More custom fencing as well. Look, Dan.
Yeah, so awesome. I like the little touch of realism with all those walls holding back all the earth.
Yeah, and we come through to the main entrance plaza. So we've got the trees, we've got the floor broken up with different flooring textures as well. So there's just some bricks down there, which looks really nice. His entrances have really come on with each park as well. They've become more realistic, more vibrant. And I just love this. I just think it's really, really nicely done. We've got guest services just to the left here as well. So let's just hop through there. Michael excels his realism, doesn't he? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Excels. He's one of the best. I mean, obviously, now, for anyone that doesn't know, Dan is a PC player. So he's not used to seeing these console parks. This is actually your first experience with a console park, isn't it, really?
I'd say my second. I did one with Michael, like,
oh, yes, of course,
a couple months ago.
I remember now, of course. But, I mean, Michael is one of the best when it comes to realism on the PlayStation side. his attention to detail, and even the little things like that on the floor there, just them lines broken up there, he thinks of everything. And it's just amazing. It's a joy to behold. And the thing is, he gets these parks done so quick as well. I mean, if you'd said this park had taken him a year, I'd be like, I can believe that. But he doesn't. He knocks them out in a couple of months. I don't know how he does it.
That's just crazy.
One thing I do have to check inside all the buildings. I'm sorry, Dan. I do break the immersion every now and then. Can't help it. It's a habit. Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh well, it's like doing a park in 2 months. It takes me way longer just to do like a single area.
Yeah. And a park of this caliber as well.
Yeah.
I believe this took him about 3 months. I think this one was about 3 months. But
right.
Even like kind of a park of the, I mean, this park is massive. It's 130% on a PlayStation 5. So we did use the glitch as well. And he's thought about all the backstage areas as well, and they're all accessible. So each backstage area to all the shops and all the rides, they're all accessible as well.
It's just like, from what I'm seeing, it's like it's at 130%, but from what I can see, it's still running really well. It's just like the cap on pieces doesn't seem to be at the right level at the moment.
Don't even, honestly, Dan, don't even get me started, mate. Seriously, it doesn't make sense, because if you can use a glitch, and well, I did one the other day. It was 135%, and it ran smooth as you like. So yeah, don't even get me started on that. But anyway,
yeah.
Before I get wound up, so we come through the main entrance. So we've got all these turnstiles here. Obviously, you've got the green and the red, so you can go in them ones. You've got disabled access as well, which I really like. And then you've actually got the style of turnstile. Go figure. Let's just come through here. So
this is nice.
it's the way that he uses all the floors as well. It's such an easy trap to fall into, of just doing one floor texture. I'm in the zone, I'm doing a floor texture, we'll stick with that. But when you start breaking it up like this, you've got the red bricks there, you've got the concrete just down the middle, you've got others where the lockers are, and it just adds so much to a park as well.
Yeah, because it's like No Chapter uses so many different ones. They are all TMTK, but it's like, please Frontier, if you're watching this, please have a look on the Steam Workshop and just take all of those custom floors and put them into Planet Coaster 2.
They clearly do watch all of my videos. No Frontier watch all of my videos, every single one, religiously.
Yeah, 100%.
But look at this park's sightlines, breathtaking. Just this. The reason I'm walking down so slowly down here is because as I was filming this, I was just sat open-mouthed. It's like just how beautiful it is.
Sightlines are just like so important.
Yeah. Michael excels at them. There's so many things that he excels at. I've always considered Michael to be one of the best when it comes to coasters and his realism. Right. But I think everything else now is catching up as well, and I would actually now consider him to be one of the best on console. Like certainly right up there with the best of them. There's others that I can like count up there as well, like Albrus, NH99, Planet Plipcam, TJ Puffs, Clary Bread, to name a few. I mean, and there's many others as well. There's probably people sitting there like, what about me, Matty? You know who I like and who I don't. So, but just all around here, the way that he's just elevated the chair plane up just ever so slightly as well, just adds just another dimension to the park as well.
Yeah, all like terrain is just like so important.
100%. I'm always going on about terrain. I mean, you'll have heard me in spotlights before. A flat park can sometimes ruin it. Not ruin it, but it can pull it down a little bit, because no park is ever flat.
Yeah, I will say there was this one guy on YouTube who basically lowered the max height of everything as low as possible and tried to make a pancake park, and it's one of the funniest Planet Coaster series I've ever watched.
I might have to. You might have to send me that later on when we're done with the spotlight. You'll have to send me that. But as we come down to this area, look at the GIGA sightline just dominates the entire park. It's so nice to see as well, but we're just walking through this queue line here, so we've got a car ride. You put a transfer track for a car ride.
I've done that as well.
I didn't. I've never done that. I've only ever built one car ride. But it comes over a water feature. Built a car ride over water. I love it. Now, I will pre-warn you, because of the size of this park, me pre-filming it, certainly the first half of the park, I felt like I really took my time and looked at everything, and we really got to experience it. But as we go through the spotlight, and I was starting to get a little bit more conscious of time, I did start rushing a little bit. So Michael, huge apologies if you do feel that maybe towards the end of the spotlight it is a little bit more rushed. It's just because of the size of your park, to be honest, and I highly recommend any PlayStation 5 owners go and download this park and experience it yourself, because a spotlight will not do this justice. There's so much to look at, so much detail everywhere. You need to go and experience this yourself. You can spend hours in here and still see things you haven't seen before. But Dan, what did you think of that?
It's just it's like perfect. So the scenery was so awesome. I also love how the station looks with all those beams.
Yep. Completely agree. And just the fencing all the way around as well. It's just so good, honestly. I can't think of other words to describe it. But we're coming down here. So we've just got that flat ride there just to our left. I like the fact that you use the walls. Now, I really like that wall effect that he's done with the brick wall and then the black on the top as well. That's a nice little effect. Coming down here, so I like how he's sectioned off this bit as well. So he's got the little bit here where the path didn't quite meet, and he's just blocked that off, put a tree in there, put some walls around, and then just a sight line here. Now, it doesn't look like a massive coaster. It is only like a small kiddie coaster, but just this little sight line here, and I did have to stop and wait for coaster just as we watched the GIGA go off in the background. But
oh yeah, it's just looks so awesome. But at the same time, it also looks like it's something that would have been there with when the park opened.
It looks like one of their initial rides, doesn't it? Like, if you imagine it was just a very small, it only had 2 or 3 attractions before it became a mega park kind of thing. This would have been one of the first ones that was ever there. But I had to stop and watch this go around. Yeah. Couldn't resist.
Oh wow, that looks amazing.
So nice. Just if you were just stood there or something like that. Then we've got the flat ride here, and this really nice custom roof as well. Now what I'll do is I'll leave a link down below, because Michael actually did a tutorial video on how to do this style of roof. It's not as hard as you may think, and it won't take you as long as you think either, so I'll make sure to leave a link down below for that as well. So if you do wonder how he's built that, then there you go, the guide will be down there. But anyway, Dan, we're coming up to our first actual coaster. So we have the Little Dipper. I love the station. Love it. I love how it's set back a little bit, and the colour scheme of it and everything. It just looks ace. It looks absolutely amazing.
I do find the name quite funny, because you got the Big Dipper at Blackpool, which is smaller than this.
Yeah, and then you've got the Little Dipper here. So anyway, let's have a look at the stats. We expect these to be low, which they are, with it just being a little kiddie coaster. So first ride of the park, let's do it. Enjoy, everybody. So, Dan, there we go. We have the Little Dipper. So what did you think of that, mate?
It's just like the perfect family coaster. You got some ups, downs, and twists and everything. Just like really nice. I can imagine there be like long queues of families waiting to ride that.
Yeah, I totally agree. I just think it was perfectly placed in the park as well. It's one of the first attractions really that you come to as well. It's just beautifully decorated around. I just love everything about it. I love the ideaing behind it, the footprint that it takes up. As Dan was saying, the moments of airtime and the banking was perfectly done. And then the station with the brake run like kind of all covered up as well. I just think it was absolutely fantastic. And then you've got the GIGA that's always going around you at the same time. You've got a transfer track off over there as well. And yeah, just this building here with the brake run that's kind of like all covered up. Just brilliant. So nicely done. Yeah, I love it.
The one thing that I was thinking when I was riding this is like, I hope there's one coaster here that's like intentionally rough. That's like, it's a really old one. It's like intentionally been done with like really janky transitions just to aid that like realism aspect.
Yeah, it really does add to it, because when I think of like rides like the corkscrew, like the arrow type coasters, I always kind of like them quite janky, to be honest, because when I go on them in spotlights and they are a little bit janky, I almost feel like it adds to the realism, because you don't want a ride of that type to be perfectly smoothed, because they're old. It's like you're talking like kind of 70s, 80s these coasters were made. But just as we walk up here, so we've got another coaster. So in typical Michael fashion, we are literally now to the point where we are going to be going coaster, 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 coaster. Albeit not as much as his previous parks. He's cut down a little bit. I'll give him that much. But I love this queue line with the don't die fencing. I love it. Just the brick wall at the bottom, don't die fencing on the top. Simple, effective, does the job, looks realistic. Love it. And then you've got the coaster going around you all at the same time as well. Nice.
Oh yeah, totally.
I just love to stand in this queue.
Yeah, all the colour scheme and also the design of the queue just reminds me of the Smiler at Alton Towers, because it's like so similar.
Yeah, but a lot cheaper version.
Oh yeah.
A lot less budget gone into this than the Smiler. But right, so really nice station once again. So second ride of the park, let's have a look at the stats for this one. So again, it's not green across the board, doesn't matter. G-forces, as you would expect, really good. So second ride of the park, let's do it. Enjoy, everyone. Wow, that was absolutely sensational, especially a spinning coaster as well. They are so difficult to get just right. And what I mean by that is it's all well and good getting it smooth. You make one of these, you can make it smooth, it's fine. But then the spins will then ruin it. But every single spin on that ride seemed perfect. It seemed realistic. It seemed right. It didn't make me feel nauseous as we were going on it. Honestly, just fantastic. Great job. Dan, what did you think?
I thought it was like a really nice spinning coaster. I think one wish is if it had like a horseshoe element, because that's always like those are so much fun to experience.
Do you know what? I'm not convinced I've ever been on one. I can't recollect going on one if I have been. But then again, I haven't been to a theme park for a very, very, very long time. Now, it was at this point, as I was filming, I was like, I'm going to be nosy now. And let's go and see how much on the outside of the park he's done. And he's done quite a bit. He's done quite a lot. So we've got like kind of all warehouses on the outside of the park. No guest is going to see this. Even a lot of the players wouldn't even look at this. Let's be honest. They're going to load up the park and they wouldn't even look at that. But he's still put it on the outside. It's just amazing, that kind of like thought of realism and everything. But as I was filming, I was like, stop being silly, Matty, and get into the park, because I was obviously worried and conscious about the time and everything. So as we hop back through here, I did get myself a little bit lost. I'm like, where am I? So I had to come back down here. There you go. Let's go and find the right exit. There we go. So again, just all this custom fencing just as we come down. It's just so good. If you look underneath the Don't Die fencing, he's got like kind of brick all underneath it, look, as well. All the way going down. It's just all that custom fencing. He's not taking the easy route anywhere in this park. Yeah. It's all methodically done. But as we carry on up here, now that goes over to the other side of the park, so we won't go that way just yet. So we'll carry on going this way. Now, for me, down here, this is my favourite area of the park visually, and coasters that are down here as well. This has got the GIGA, it's got a Nemesis style coaster down here. Again, just having to look at the backstage areas just there. But just as we come down here, it just blew my mind just how good it was down here. I mean, straight away, just look at the floor that he's done there, Dan.
It's like so awesome. This is definitely the one area where all the coaster enthusiasts just be sprinting as fast as they could as soon as the park opened to get rides in.
Yeah, and I love the openness of it as well. It feels like, again, like another open plaza. You can imagine it being extremely busy in this area, with it having the two big main attractions of the park here. But I couldn't wait any longer. I couldn't wait. I wanted to have a look around this entire area first and then go on the Windrush, but now I was like, no, got too excited, so we're going to walk down towards it now. So the font there, that's done by Mavs Fan 4. Amazing font, so many people use it. But there's the ride exit with the ride photos. The station build again is just incredible. Once again, we've got Delirium, which is the flat ride, just over there. And let's go and have a look at Windrush, shall we? Oh, damn.
I love the name. I love the name just because the park is called Wild Winds, and it's also GIGA, so it goes really fast. I think it's just like the perfect name.
Yeah. I know a lot of the community named his rides. I don't know if this was one of them or not. I know that they did name a lot of them, but I'm not sure if this was one of them. But as we come up to the station, just a very futuristic station, very in fitting with what we've got here. We've got all the bays that are all numbered off as well. Transfer track off over there as well. And let's have a look at the stats for this one. So I don't know how it's not green across the board. I'll never know. I genuinely don't, but I don't care. This is amazing. Good G-forces. So let's go for a ride. Enjoy. So, Dan, I'm going to give you the very daunting task of going first. What did you think of that?
Well, I still need a bit of time just to think about it. It's just blown me away.
It's amazing. Best GIGA I've been on in a spotlight. Easily. And Michael, I think it's safe to say that is the best coaster I've ever made. The game so far. Incredible. You can add to that, Dan. Is there any more praise that we can give than that? I mean, what are we supposed to say? It's amazing.
It's just like, wow. It was so realistic. I could kind of somehow like just feel the same kind of stuff you feel when you actually go over an airtime hill.
I get that.
Just felt so realistic.
It felt so real. It felt like this would be a real park and that would be a real ride in it. Like, more so than most of the rides I've ever been on in the spotlight. There's just something about it that seemed to click. And just incredible, Michael. Absolutely incredible. And proof of why I tell people that you are the best coaster creator on console. That is right up there with Nerd Chacho's coasters.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Like the best of the best.
I would say one thing, on the lift hill, it feels like there should be a support kind of between the first one on the drop and the last one on the actual lift hill, but apart from that, absolutely perfect.
I didn't even notice that. I never even noticed that. Look at the floor. That design. So nicely done.
Amazing. I bet how must be well lit up.
It is, yes. We do have a look at this park at night. At the very end, I do make sure to have a quick zoom around at night. But I love like kind of this just little tiny elevated seating area just up here as well. A lot of the things that I've said about Michael's previous parks, it feels like he's taken every single thing on board and gone with it in this park. So things that I've said to him before is maybe reduce your coasters so you can have more detail. It's what he's done. I've told him that I want to see more foliage. It's what he's done. I've said I want to see more elevation changes. Again, it's what he's done. This is, by a clear mile, his best park. By a clear mile. And his other parks are good. So, anyway, rattling on, we have Stormkeepers. So, very much Nemesis inspired.
Yeah, definitely.
One of my favourite type of coasters. I love these rides.
I've been on Nemesis Inferno at Thorpe Park, and that was a lot of fun.
I've never been on that one. The only time I've seen Nemesis Inferno was on the In-Betweeners.
That scene is so funny.
As we come down the queue path here. The only problem is, with the 4,000 guest limit on console, you've made your park so big, all the rides seem quite quiet, because there's so many different things for them to do. In this park, all the rides seem relatively quiet, because there's just too much choice for them. But that's a console problem, not a your park problem. But really nice station build again. I love the beams, the supporting that's going across the top. So Stormkeeper, not green across the board, nobody cares. G-forces are going to be perfect once again. You would expect nothing less. So another ride, let's do it, enjoy. So, Dan, I'm going to come to you first once again, as I don't think it really counted you going first last time. So, what did you think of that then?
Oh, I loved it. I just like that drop off the lift into the first inversion was so awesome.
Really nice and smooth all the way through, wasn't it? And then we've got the transfer track down here. Now, it was at this point of the spotlight that I started becoming very conscious of time. So as we get feedback for the coaster, I am just going to like walk and talk at the same time. But yeah, I thought that was really nice ride. I think it was absolutely fantastic. Anything else to add?
I would say maybe I see there's so many trees around the exterior. I think it could have like made it a bit better if like remove a few of them and then just like place a few trees sunk into the ground for bushes just in the ride area because it was quite blank.
Go with that as well. Yeah, I'd agree with that. But anyway, let's leave this area now. What an area for a park. Do you know what? If that had just been a mini park in itself as well, it'd been like, that was amazing. But that's only a small section of a mega park. It's just incredible what he's managed to do. We've got another coaster just to our left here, just to climb the hill. And then just the structure. No idea what it is, but it looks absolutely ace. A little viewing platform here, just looking over the cars. I'm just kind of like just going back on myself just a little bit, just to kind of like get a perspective of where we are.
Yeah.
We can see the GIGA off over there, and then that will take us back to the entrance, just down there to the right. But I don't know if that was intentional or not. Have the drop tower, but make it look like it's coming through that building. I don't know if he's done that.
That is cool.
If he did, brain time.
I like how there's like all these small little viewing points. It's just like built with people who want to film everything in mind.
Yeah, and of course Michael is such a huge theme park enthusiast as well, isn't he? He's very much into his theme parks, very knowledgeable on differing theme parks around the US, around the world, very knowledgeable on his coasters, and he kind of very much that his channel is very like kind of focused around like kind of theme parks and everything as well, and you can tell that. I think that reflects in his buildings, like kind of what you're saying, like kind of the viewpoints and everything. He's very much thinking of the sight lines and of the viewpoints and of the coasters and everything, and yeah, just incredible. But anyway, we've got another coaster yet again. Daredevil Dive. I don't know.
I know where he stole that name from.
Is that you that named that one?
Nope, but I just know because a Six Flags park has got another one that goes straight up on the lift called Daredevil Dive.
That'll be it then.
I think it's called Daredevil Dive. I better check that.
Well, not great across the board. G-Force is really good. Here you go. We'll just talk for a second, just as Dan's looking up quickly. You've got about 5 seconds before.
It exists. There you
go. Right. So enjoy the ride, everybody. As expected, to be honest. Was anybody expecting anything less? Amazing coaster, super smooth. Once again, nothing else to add. It was amazing. I loved it. Dan, what did you think?
I really liked it. I think it lost a bit of speed towards the end, but as soon as it went up the lift hill and then back, I was like, oh yeah, that's amazing. That's such a cool idea.
He's just so good at his coasters. He really, really is. It's just incredible. But anyway, cracking on. Let's carry on down here. Again, just the sight lines. You can see the coasters going off. So yeah, I can see like 2 different coasters. From this point, you've got the flat rides. Like the custom fencing just to our right again. So we've got the wooden beams with ropes going down them this time. And then just to our left, we've got the flat ride on these hammer rides. There's got the wall and then the pillars in between it with a light on top and a little tiny fence on top. I love his custom walls.
So awesome. I love the hill going up with the lift hill of this wing coaster.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you need to ride the coaster to know what's on the other side of that hill.
Yeah, you've got no idea. All you can see is that lift hill, isn't it? Because the rest of the ride is taken up by the hill. There's a ride exit, so we won't walk up there. So let's have a walk up here. So we have Wild Wings. So let's have a look up here. Again, just amazing kind of like custom fencing all the way around, just using wooden beams. Splitters. And this blew my mind. We have left wing and right wing. Try saying that 5 times fast. It's very difficult.
Left wing, right wing, left wing, right. Blah. I can't do it.
I can't say. I've never seen this done on console. I don't know about if PC players have done it. But
I think there's a couple of them who have. No, Chapter definitely has done it.
I've never thought of. No, something because obviously you can't jump over the track. But just thinking of that realism, just big brain time from Michael. But again, none of the rides are green across the board, but they've all been amazing. G-Force is really good. Next ride, let's do it. Enjoy. So there we have Wild Wings. So Dan, what did you think of that?
I really enjoyed it. It's like a fun wing coaster. I can imagine how different the experience would be on the left versus the right of the track. But yeah, everyone really enjoyed it. Would definitely go on it like multiple times.
I think I would as well, actually, to be honest. Yeah, I totally agree. And I love the station building, the architectural style of it all. Now, apologies, Michael, that I am kind of like rushing now to the next ride. I'm like, time, keep it under an hour. The ironic thing was, after I'd filmed it all, I managed to get it down to 53 minutes. So I didn't even have to worry anyway. But, right, so we have Twisted Outlaw, signed by MavsFan4. And I know that Michael was most excited about this one. I think it was his GIGA coaster and this one he was most proud of. I mean, look at all that custom, like kind of support all underneath.
Oh, that side is just like amazing.
Oh, the MavsFan one, the Twisted Outlaw. MavsFan4 on the console is a genius when it comes to signs. Given the fact that we don't have TMTK, It's just
Yeah.
so good. But that next coaster, so Twisted Outlaw,
Right.
not a single one has been green across the board, not made any difference. G-Force is once again perfect. Let's do it. Enjoy. Wow. Wow. Absolutely incredible. Hadn't been for the Giga Coaster, I would say that this is the best ride of the park. It's just... I can see why we're so proud of this one. Just everything about it worked. It was super smooth. Super smooth. Some of the elements that it had as well, some of them zero G rolls, the inversions, banking, perfect. Loved it. Dan, what did you think?
That's my favourite ride of the park so far.
Really?
Easily.
Even above
That
the
was
Giga?
so much fun. Even above the Giga.
Ow. Ow.
This is like definitely the one that you back row, you just ride it over and over and over and over and over again, and you'll just always come off it feeling amazed.
Yeah. I know how proud he was of that ride, and I know how desperate he was for me to see it, and it was worth the wait. 100% it was worth the wait.
That was so good.
It just gives such a good sightline as well. Like all the black structure of it all as well, all that custom supporting that's going around it, just up them hills, everything. It just gives such a good... As we come down here, we've got all the food courts just down here. Imagine sitting...
Oh wow. Okay, there's my one thing I'm not the biggest fan of in this park, is that seating area is behind the drop instead of in front of it. I want to be able to eat my lunch and just look up and see that.
And yeah. Right, we've got another open bit here where the that is. We've got M&J's chicken over there, so it's not KFC, it's M&J's. Very nice, very tactful. And we've got I believe this was a river rapids. Yes, it is. So we have Wild Wind Rapids. I love how all the names of the rides are all Wild Wind or Wind or something, all in fitting with the name of the park.
I love River Rapids. I got so many good stories from them.
You'll have to tell me some of them sometime.
Yeah.
Love this on the right here. All that just looks really cool, really imposing just as you walk up the queue path. Now, unfortunately, due to time restrictions, we won't go for an actual ride on this because they can take quite a while. So what we'll do is we'll just go for an imaginary around as well. So let's go and have a look, shall we? I mean, it's a water ride. It's on a water feature. I love it straight away. And then all the foliage that is done all around as well.
But all those trees would like block out the sound. It'd be like so calm until you hit the rapids part and everyone goes flying.
Yeah. I love how it comes next to the path, you know. And have you seen how he's put all the walls around it as well?
Yeah.
How long that must have taken. Patience and dedication to do that. Oh, yeah. Forget that. Gives such a good
Wow.
effect. Such a good effect. It's just such a
So cool.
scenic ride.
Oh, that drop might be quite a lot.
It'll be fine. You'll just get wet. Fine.
But
Station
that was
held up with
the
custom supporting as well. Look.
yeah. So awesome. I love River Rapids.
That's a good one as well. That is a good
Yeah.
rapids. The only
I
problem
always
is all the guests that are sat there waiting. Again, that's a problem with the game, not with the park. It's just there's too many attractions in the park for 4,000 guests. You need
Yeah.
10,000 guests in this park to make all the rides look realistic with their queues.
Yeah.
I believe we've only got the one coaster left to go on. Think so.
Alright, looking forward to this one.
Yep, last one.
Hope it's on par with all the other ones.
Michael one. You know it's going to be good. The Iron Eagle. So, I don't know what this one was.
Ooh, what are these?
There you go. I couldn't even remember myself what this was. So this was the final ride of the park. So right. So let's come down here. There's the only problem with pre-recording it. I was like, I couldn't remember what this was. But right. So final ride of the park. Let's have a look at the stats. Not green across the board. G-forces again, amazing. So enjoy. Final ride of the park. Dan, what were your thoughts on that one then?
I loved it. The only one of those I've been on before was not smooth, but that was just so smooth. So much fun.
Yeah, these rides in Planet Coaster are very difficult. As with a spinning coaster, very difficult to get right. They can feel very jolty and throwing you from left to right, but again, really, really smooth. Now, unfortunately, we are coming up towards the end of the spotlight. Now, Michael, I am very, very sorry that this half of the park may have felt a little bit more rushed. We haven't been able to go into the same level of detail in this section of the park that we have in the other side. But honestly, mate, what a park you have created here. It's just absolutely sensational. Dan, I have a feeling you know what's coming. Theme park.
You know what?
Give me your three-word park. Oh, go on.
I would do Uno reverse on my spotlight. You ask me first. I want to ask you first.
You're gonna ask me first on my own channel. Fine. I'm gonna say Michael's best yet. And it doesn't need any more explanation than that. It's quite self-explanatory. I think this park is Me personally, I think this is head and shoulders above his previous parks. I believe Three Towers was his last one, and I said that was his best one. And the one that he did before that, I can't remember the name of which one it was, the one before, but I'd said that was the best one. I don't know if Michael can now top this one. I don't think he can, because I think this is as good as he's going to get, because it's just so good. And easily a Park of the Year contender. Easily. But anyway, Dan, 3-word park review.
I find this really difficult because I was going to say console's best park, but I mean, this is only the second console one I've ever really had a look in a spotlight manner. So I've really got to try to think about something that would make sense. I'm probably going to go with super epic coasters.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to work out, did I do a nighttime POV? I'm sure I did. I'm sure I would have given a night POV. If not, I'm very, very sorry. Oh, no, I did. I'm zooming out now to do it. That's the only thing with pre-recording. Right, so let's have a look at this part very quickly at night. I know we won't look in depth at night. It's just going to be a very quick overview, as we've only got a minute left of the...
Oh, wow.
It's just beautiful. But just as we're wrapping up the video anyway, make sure to go and check out Dan's channel. He's just at his 200 subscriber mark. Let's get him up to 500. Make sure to go and subscribe to him. Some really good content on there. Thank you ever so much, Dan, for joining me as well. It's been an absolute pleasure having you along, finally.
Yeah, finally.
Finally. It's been a long time in the making, hasn't it? We've been wanting to do this for a long time. And thank you, Dan, for being one of the first 100 sub to me as well. You've been supporting me pretty much from day one. But right, 20 seconds of the video left, so thank you ever so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Take care, stay safe, look after yourselves, and I will see you in a couple of days. Say goodbye, Dan.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.